Rebecca Meyer here in my studio, and today we're going to show you how to create a Lutrador tissue paper and fabric bracelet, which is in our Fabric Elements technique book, Mixed Media Technique book, here on page 3. Today we are going to create a bracelet with 3 of the substrates from Fabric Elements. We're using Lutrador, a fat quarter of fabric I designed, and also tissue paper, which I designed as well. So how you get started with readying the substrates for this project is you want to cut Lutrador strips in the width you would like your bracelet to be. You can make it really thin or very fat in width if you'd like. So I'm going to start out with this size, and you also want to size the Lutrador to your size bracelet. So you would trim it to the size you want your bracelet to be, or cuff. And the next thing you're going to do is take the tissue and set it aside, and then using a brush apply a decoupage medium, matte gel medium, whatever you have on hand. They all do the same thing. And I'm going to coat it really well, get a really good coat on there. And then you're going to take your tissue paper, tear it, or cut it, and you're going to place it, eyeball it where you want to show on your bracelet. So then you're going to peel that up so it doesn't adhere to your whatever you have underneath your project to protect it. And then you're going to trim the tissue paper even with the Lutrador with the Collage medium, matte gel medium, whatever you would like. Okay, your next step, once your tissue paper is dried and it's adhered to your Lutrador strip, you want to paint the tissue paper. And you can do that with any fluid fabric paint, whatever you have on hand. Or if you're looking in the store, look for fluid fabric paints. There's sprays, a lot of different things on the market. And I'm also going to squeeze out a little metallic paint because I like the little sparkle of that as well. So I'm going to dip my brush. It's okay to use the one you just used for the decoupage medium. And you're just going to kind of paint it on to your desired look. So I've got a little bit of pink, some gold. Pick up a little bit more of the pink, and then let this dry. So once you have your Lutrador painted to your color and it's dry, you want to adhere, using the medium again, to apply a strip of the polka dot fabric from Fabric Elements. And again, you want to put a generous coat on. And you're going to, again, adhere it to the back. It's also helpful if you have a roller. You can roll the back of this. But today we're just using our hands. So you would want to, again, once this is dry, cut around the fabric even with the tissue paper Lutrador strip until you have something that looks like this. These are different colored ones that I've done, but you can see some have more metallic on than others. This one's pretty, it has the blue and the gold. So whatever you like is what your bracelet is going to look like. So once you have the substrate completed, painted and tissue and fabric applied, it's nice to give the bracelet a little finished edge. So how I do that is I set up my sewing machine for zigzag stitching and then do sew around the perimeter of the bracelet. So you can see there's a nice finished edge. And what I'll do a lot of times also is do straight random stitching and zigzagging all across the bracelet, and that gives it a little more texture and design element. So continuing on, you want something to a buttonhole or snap or some kind of fastener to secure your bracelet. So today we're going to use a button. We're going to sew a button on to one end and make a buttonhole in the other to fasten it. But first you want to know how large to make your buttonhole. So you simply kind of eyeball it, put your ends together so it's even on both sides, and then just snip a buttonhole. So you have a buttonhole created. I think for this one we might need to make it a little bit bigger. And on the other side, you want to center your button. I'm using embroidery thread today, but you could use a button thread, something with a little weight to it. So I'm going to come up, pick up my button, and then sew it down, and then repeat this a couple times. Sometimes if you can't see your hole, you can just come up. And then to secure the thread, what I like to do is come back through the back thread. This is really stiff because of the Lutradur and the Collage medium. So you're just going to get your thread underneath and then just pull it tight and then clip it off. And if you didn't want to see your little button threads here, you could cover that with a piece of fabric easily. So then you're just going to take your button and put it through the hole. And then you have a bracelet. Once you have the cuff or the bracelet, then you can decorate it. What really looks pretty on these is embossed felt pieces, but you could easily add beads or buttons, however you'd like to finish your bracelet.